I am Desiree Cocroft. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I am a speaker, author, transformation coach, and life strategist here to help you get your life together. And so today I really want to help us get back to a reset. So I did a video not too long ago about how to reset yourself. I was taking a vacation in Hawaii and really taking a whole couple days to really reset myself. But sometimes we don't have time for a vacation, at least not in this season. Now I do value vacations and you need to be on one, but perhaps you don't have a vacation coming up anytime soon. And who wants to wait all the way into the weekend to feel reset? So I want to give you a couple of tips that can help you reset yourself on a daily basis. Because the truth is, we get stressed out on a daily basis. There is some kind of stress that we may be imposed with. And so it's really important to have practices that you use on a regular basis, so you're not waiting to all of a sudden have this big day or weekend or week or months of relaxation. Because if you're gonna wait on that, it's probably never going to come. And even if it does, you're going to be so spent. How can you truly enjoy it and soak it all up when you are just all the way to the top of your tolerance with stress? So let's think about what are some things that we can do every day. So there are so many things you can do, but I want to just give you two things that I think could really help you reset yourself on a regular basis and really help you get the opportunity to refresh. So the first thing is to slow down. And that was really me saying that. I didn't use the video to say that. But no, really, we need to slow down. So slow down has been the phrase I've been using all year, and it hasn't been a long year yet, but that's what I've been using to kind of help me catch myself speeding up, feeling anxious about getting a whole lot done or getting worried about my to-do list. Or you know how you're in the middle of doing something and all of a sudden you remember something else and then you start getting overwhelmed, or maybe it's just me. I start getting overwhelmed, like, oh my God, I forgot that, and let me add that to my list. And suddenly I have this laundry list of things to do and I feel like I have to get them all done in this real small amount of time. When in actuality, I don't. They're all not important right now today, but something in me makes me feel like I have to make them all urgent. Now, sometimes this is my way of avoiding big important things that I really ought to be focusing on. And then other times, it's just a part of me that just wants to see everything done now. We really live in this world of what someone I heard say is a world of urgency addiction. Yo, this really changed my life when I heard this person say urgency addiction. And I was like, wow, that is a big deal, urgency addiction. And we get so caught up in having to get things done right away, trying to make sure that we get it done now, and suddenly everything is important right now. Everything is not important right now. So I want to implore you during the day when you feel yourself getting anxious, especially if you are leading an organization, leading a group of people, or if you're not even someone that is managing or leading at work, you're definitely someone that's managing your own life at home, and maybe you just have a lot on your shoulders. And so with that, it can come with this anxiousness to get so many things done and so many things done with your personal life and in your work life. You may not feel like you're making the money that you want to make right now, or if you are making really good money, you are probably pressuring yourself to go to the next level right now, which is fine too. But there is something to be said about slowing ourselves down, like slowing our nervous system down, slowing our pace down so that we can actually focus. So one way to help slow ourselves down is to simply breathe. And so I actually do this to be present in conversations as a coach. I find myself getting anxious sometimes when I'm in a coaching conversation, and sometimes it's because maybe I have other things on my mind, or I'm really wanting to help the person in front of me and I'm trying to understand where they're coming from and what should I do. And any of you that may be coaches out there know that when you're coaching someone, it's really not about you. It's about being in the space. And so when I find myself wandering in my mind or in my thoughts, and I know it's not going to help me be present, I just take a deep breath. I do it in a way that doesn't, be distracting to the person I'm talking to, but and sometimes I even put my hand on my chest to kind of help myself slow myself down. And so maybe there is a time during the day that you feel like I get anxious, or when you just find yourself getting anxious, just take that deep breath and slow yourself down. And even that small amount of time that you take to take that deep breath, for me, usually just kind of refocuses me. It's like, okay, be present, be in this space. And sometimes that's what needs to happen. Instead of adding more things to your do list, it's like, okay, focus on what's in front of you right now. Finish this task and then move on to the next thing. And if you really just can't get whatever you have on your mind off of your mind in that moment, go ahead and take a little time to write it in a notebook or on a sticky note or in your phone, just so it's now off of your mind and on some paper, and you can always go back to it. I have so many notes in my phone that I never go back to, and it's fine because I think it's just that I just needed some of those things to get off of my head, and when they really become important, I'll find them. Which is the proof in the pudding of why we don't need to be adding a whole bunch of stuff to our list just because it came to our mind. Sometimes we just need to let it go. All right, so breathe, slow down. And the second thing is to actually savor the moments and use some gratitude to reflect on your moments. So it is actually in conjunction to slowing things down, but savoring is something that's used as a term in positive psychology to remind us to really take in the moments. So I've used slowing down, like I talked about in the previous tip, to really kind of keep myself from being angst and to be present when I find myself getting angst. Another way of slowing yourself down is to savor. So savor is not necessarily when you're angst, it's kind of like taking in the moments of every day. So when you are savoring, you are truly taking in what's happening right now. And so think about how many times you actually speed through your meals. I find myself, especially when I'm on the road coaching and training people, I find myself on the road eating in my car and all of that. And so when possible, I really try to make myself stop at a restaurant, sit down, eat, enjoy, read a book, catch up with someone on the phone or what have you while I'm eating this delicious meal and really taking it in. Now, I am a foodie and love to eat good food, so this is not that hard for me to take in for myself, but it may be hard for you because maybe you're just so caught up and you're not really, into food like I am, but pick something that you are into and you find yourself rushing. Maybe you have kids and you're rushing to spend time with them because you're just thinking about that report you have to get done or other things that you have to get done. Or maybe there's a hobby that you enjoy, or maybe you work out and you really don't spend time enjoying the workout because our mind is so all over the place. So I want to encourage you to savor, use all of your senses to take in what's happening in the moment, and you will find yourself having more gratitude about it. So I really love to combine savoring and gratitude together because as we kind of take in the moments, be present in the things that make us happy or give us joy or bring about positive emotions, we can actually scribe it or share it with others, and that gives us a heightened sense of gratitude, which actually changes our disposition in general. Gratitude gives you the opportunity to reflect on what is really going well in your life, and as a result, you start seeing things through a gratitude lens, and when we see things through a gratitude lens, there are so many benefits. One of the benefits is that we tend to be more focused on what matters most. We also spend less time on complaining about other things because now we have this different lens in front of us. It doesn't mean the things that are going wrong in our life disappear. This is not about toxic positivity, which means you're just being positive and ignoring reality. So this is not about ignoring reality. This is about taking in what is going right and appreciating it and really heightening your energy around those things that you appreciate. And I'm sure you can kind of go back in your mind when you were grateful for something or thankful for something, or you really enjoyed how someone poured into you and you really started thanking them for who they are and just being in their space. It just does something for your energy and it just takes you up a notch. You just see the world through a different lens. And so I want to implore you to take the time to savor, really get into the moments of your day and being present in those days and really soaking it up with all of your senses and being all the way in and doing that with gratitude, locking the two together. Now, I wasn't going to mention this, but this is like a bonus. In order for some of these things to work together, it might be necessary for you to get rid of some of the noise. And so for me, in order to really savor, be present, and all of that, I don't have a lot of notifications on my phone. Matter of fact, none of my notifications make noise at all. I have to actively look at my phone in order to know someone's called me, someone's texted me, and sometimes that could drive other people crazy. But figure out what around you is really distracting you from being in the moment and being present. So hopefully these tips are really helpful to you. They're really simple things that you can do. You don't have to wait until a vacation to reset yourself. You can do it on a daily basis with these practices. And you can get some goodies in the description box below if you want some more help. In my book, Get Your Life Today, 7 Success Hacks for Life, Leadership, and Business, you can see more about gratitude, savoring, because I talk about loving the journey is the destination. That's one of the chapters. So feel free to dig in there. I also have the clarity workbook. As always, if you are looking to get more clarity about your life when you're slowing yourself down, feel free to get that goodie below. All right, so I enjoyed you so much. My earpiece keeps trying to fall out of my ear, but I enjoyed you so much. I can't wait to see you in the next video. And until then, go and be great.